it actually suggests, the possibility that Tory Lanez might be innocent. Brings up this claim that another woman in the car, someone named Kezio, that she might have been the one who actually fired the gun.
And what's really interesting there is this witness they mention, a guy named James.
Okay.
So this account claims James actually heard Miss Harris. Now, whether she's the same person as Kezio isn't totally clear, but he heard Miss Harris say she had the gun.
Wow.
And that she fired it 3 times.
Okay, wait. So James's account goes even further than that.
It does. He claims that after those first 3 shots, that's when Mr. Peterson, Tory Lanez, stepped in.
Right. Grabbed her arm, apparently, and then the gun went off 2 more times.
So the implication, the huge implication there, is that Lanez never actually fired it himself.
According to this testimony, yeah. Never fired it, maybe never even touched it before that moment he intervened.
But, I mean, how solid is this witness, James? Has this been checked out? Are there, biases we should think about here?
Those are definitely the right questions. And this material we're looking at, it also brings up another witness, Sean Kelly.
Okay.
He's described as a non-party witness. So basically, someone with no direct stake in it all, which, could make his testimony seem more impartial.
And what did Kelly say?
Well, his account apparently backs up this alternative story. He reportedly saw 2 women fighting.
Fighting, okay.
And crucially, he said the gunshots came from the passenger side of the car.
Which is where Miss Harris was supposed to be sitting, right?
Exactly where she was reportedly sitting. Huh. Okay, and if that wasn't enough to make you question things, this info also points out something about the DNA evidence. Or lack thereof.
Yeah, this is pretty key.
Apparently, even though there were 3 people in that car who could have, potentially been involved.
Right.
DNA samples were reportedly only taken from Mr. Peterson, from Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
I mean, is that normal? Wouldn't you usually collect DNA from everyone there in a situation like that? What does it mean if they didn't? Was it just an oversight?
It certainly makes you wonder about how thorough the investigation really was, at least as it's presented here. When you line it all up, you've got witness testimony potentially pointing to someone else, another witness maybe backing that up, and then this seemingly limited forensic work.
Yeah.
It really creates a picture that, well, it just doesn't fit with the conviction.
And now, layer on top of that this news, these reports about him being attacked in prison.
Right. It adds another really disturbing dimension.
And the source material we looked at does touch on that, the dangers inside prison, especially, it seems, for inmates who are well known.
Yeah, it mentions prison politics and how violence levels can really vary depending on the facility. Federal versus state, different security levels.
Higher security levels being potentially more dangerous.
That seems to be the suggestion. And it brings up a specific point about inmates doing life sentences.